Hi everyone, welcome back for day 2 of our TOEIC article for English for You. I'm Kat.
I'm Elsie. So yesterday we talked about Ivan Choi,
a
Korean-American illustrator.
Yes, Korean-American illustrator who isn't a real guy, but we wanted to make a painting that kind of could let you know how to look at art.
Right.
Yeah. So there are 2 people in this picture.
Yeah, and we have a question here. Is the woman feeding the man, a marble or taking the marble away from him?
Right, and those have different implications. Those will have different results. And she is what you call a humiho or a hulijing. Hulijing. So she's a magical creature, where he's just a normal guy, I guess. So we're left to make our own interpretations. But
today, we're going to take a look at this artist's statement.
Yeah, it's an artist statement or kind of an artist description. So it's often something you'll see beside paintings that are newer. Usually beside old paintings, you'll just see like a history of the artist or just what it was made on, because they didn't really start doing this until maybe 30 years ago. But now, you know, artist descriptions are pretty common for paintings because they want you to know a little bit more about what they were thinking about. And it can help teach us more about the background of the painting. So I think it's a really worthwhile thing to look at. So let's take a look at one right now.
Reading.
Transference. The artist's description. Ivan Choi. Transference 2018. Pen and ink, Prismacolor. Every culture has stories about powerful and mysterious beings. Although we recognize some as either good or evil, we don't always know their intentions. The kumiho is one such creature, a shape-changing fox spirit with great power to both give and take away. My grandmother, raised in Busan, South Korea, used to tell me stories of the kumiho's magic fox marble. The kumiho kept this in her mouth at all times, and within the glass ball was the power to unlock all knowledge of heaven and earth. If she gave this to a mortal, that person would gain the wisdom inside it. But if the kumiho managed to recapture the marble, she would drain energy from the mortal and make them very ill. The kumiho and the mortal man are paused in the scene at a point of transference. Is this young man about to gain great knowledge? Or is his life energy about to become food for the kumiho? She tempts him with her beauty, but she frightens him with her power. This uncertain moment brings us no answers, but allows us to draw our own conclusions. In that way, we, not the kumiho, are responsible for the fate of this young man.
All right, so our article actually starts off, or the description starts off with, of course, the most basic details about the artist and the painting. So you have the artist's name, Ivan Choi. You have the painting's name, Transference, the painting's year, 2018. Now we have, next part is the medium, what was used to make it and what it was made on. Now we used pen and ink and Prismacolor. So pen and ink would mean, like, you know, you used a pen to draw, or you used some ink to make some ink painting. And Prismacolor is a type of marker. If you guys ever color with Prismacolors, you know they're like really nice markers. So that's the first part, and then
所以先出来的是名字，然后再来是年代，然后再来是先出来是名字，然后再来是他的先出来 artist 的名字，再来是 painting 的名字，再来是年代，再来是他绘画的方式。
Right, you got it. All right, so now we get into the actual description of the painting. So he introduces it by saying, every culture has stories about powerful and mysterious beings. Yeah, of course. Now, mysterious here is an adjective that's a wonderful adjective, I think. It's like a mystery. You don't know very much about these things. You might be curious to learn more. But it's also kind of hard to learn new things about them because a lot of things are hidden or they're secret or people just don't know much in the first place. Like how gods and ghosts kind of don't want us to know very much about them. Yeah, that's mysterious.
Yeah.
It might even be kind of scary, but not always. But anyway, an example sentence of that might be, what is that mysterious sound coming from outside? I don't know who or what is making it.
所以 mysterious 这个形容词呢是神秘的、难以理解的。And anything that cannot be explained is a mystery.
Right.
Mystery, M-Y-S-T-E-R-Y, 它是个名词，代表谜团、神秘事件。那课文说呢，每个文化都有一些故事呢，是关于强大但却神秘的生物。Mysterious beings.
Mysterious beings. And so I guess the mysterious being we're talking about here is the kumiho.
Kumiho, 狐狸精。
Yeah. Okay, the article goes on to say, although we recognize some creatures as either good or evil, we don't always know their intentions. Now, vocabulary word here is intention. And intention is a noun that means what someone wants us to do, or what someone wants to do, or how they want to be, in their mind or in their heart. But intentions aren't the same thing as actions. And, you know, a lot of people say good intentions mean nothing if the action isn't good. Actions are what you really do, but intentions are what you hoped for. If you have good intentions, but things go badly, sometimes people will accept that. But having bad intentions will always make you a bad actor and a bad person. All right, so an example sentence might be, my intention wasn't to make Christina mad. I just wanted to be honest with her about my thoughts. So I intended to be honest, but actually my action made her angry.
Intention 这个名词代表意图或者打算，那它的动词呢是 intent， 那代表打算、计划去做某件事情。所以像刚刚 Kat 给的句子，我们也可以把它改成 I didn't intend to make Christina mad。那另外一个例句 How do you intend to deal with the problem？ 你打算要怎么样处理这个问题呢？Okay, so we don't always know their intentions, just as we don't know what the kumiho's intention is.
Right. So does she have good intentions? Does she have bad intentions? Yeah, we don't know. So the article says the kumiho is one such creature. When we say one such, we mean like one of those mysterious creatures from other cultures, or any culture. She is a shape-changing fox spirit with great power to both give and take away. Ooh.
所以呢 kumiho 就是这样一个神秘的生物，它可以变换形体，然后也有强大的力量，可以把东西、把人家的这个能量 energy 拿走。
Now the article says, my grandmother, raised in Busan, South Korea, used to tell me stories of the kumiho's magic fox marble. Now, if you've ever been to Busan, have you?
No, I haven't.
Not quite yet? All right, well, Busan is definitely worth visiting. I've been there a few times when I lived in Korea. Busan is the second largest city in South Korea on the southeastern coast of the country. It's famous for its beaches and its beautiful old Buddhist temple. The most famous beaches are Haeundae Beach and Gwangali Beach. And then the temple is Pomosa Temple, which is at the foot of a mountain. So it's really beautiful. And it also has big, beautiful modern buildings. And it has an old village, which is very colorful. Like the people decided to paint it all different colors.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I've watched this movie, Train to Busan. 失速列车，它那个 Busan 就是釜山，韩国的釜山。所以 Ivan 他的祖母是在南韩的釜山长大。那以前呢，祖母就常告诉他关于狐狸精的故事、kumiho 的故事。
Ooh. Anyway, so the article or the description says the kumiho kept the marble, in her mouth at all times. And within the glass ball was the power to unlock all knowledge of heaven and earth. Wow. So at all times means that she was keeping it in her mouth all the time, without stopping, without taking a break, without taking it out. And now when you say at all times, like if you say you need to guard this gate at all times, then it's a more demanding and more important way of saying all the time.
那我们刚刚看到的 lock 相反 unlock 就是开启、解开，所以这个它的嘴巴里面，好，狐狸精 kumiho 的嘴巴里面，它的那颗玻璃珠可以解开天地之间的 knowledge 知识。So she got great power.
Yes, exactly. If she gave this to a mortal, like a person who has, the capacity to die, that person would gain the wisdom inside it. Interesting. So what is wisdom? Let's go find out. All right, wisdom is this noun that some people think of as just being smart, but it's more than that. Having experience and knowledge and good judgment is having wisdom, or being wise, that's the adjective. You think of an older person who has lived a long life and learned so much in their life and is able to give good advice to people and make good decisions, that person has wisdom. You can be wise and be young too if you show good judgment and mature character and you make good decisions. Probably this marble gives knowledge about the world or other worlds that the person doesn't know or couldn't know otherwise. So it allows them to know things that nobody else could know. That's also a form of wisdom. Now, an example sentence might be, Serena has gained a lot of wisdom from her travels around the world and time studying with many different teachers.
Wisdom 这个名词呢，它是一个不可数的名词哦，它代表的是一个人的智慧。那它的形容词是 wise, W-I-S-E， 那代表就是有智慧的。那另外呢，我们还看到一个名词是 mortal， 它代表的是凡人或是普通人，所以狐狸精胡猕猴把这个玻璃珠给凡人，这个人就会从中得到智慧。But what if she got the marble back?
That's a good question. Now, the description says, but if the kumiho managed to recapture the marble, she would drain energy from the mortal and make them very ill. Or even maybe dead. Yeah. So drain here is a verb that means to take away someone's strength or energy or make them feel very tired or sick by using up all their energy. Now, a similar meaning for drain is a more literal one. That's talking about water. Like if you drain the bathtub, you let the water in it run out until the bathtub is dry, or a sink, or you could even drain something like a lake or an ocean if you somehow have a big enough hole. But if you are feeling drained, or if somebody drains you or something drains you, you feel extremely tired and unable to bring any more energy to do things. So an example sentence might be, working all day in the hot sun drained Jason so badly that he fell asleep on the floor as soon as he got home.
Poor Jason. Okay, 所以 drain 这个动词代表耗尽。To drain something from somebody 代表就是让某人耗尽他的力气啦，或是精力。那所以我们再看一个动词，就是 capture 自首再加上 re。recapture 那就是用蛮力或武力取回夺回某个东西。如果狐狸精呢苦猕猴把弹珠夺回的话，那它就可以让凡人精疲力尽或者是生重病。
Yeah. So
or she can kill the man.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, the kumiho and the mortal man in this painting are paused in the scene at a point of transference.
Transference 转移，所以这里有没有看到一次 mortal 这个字？但是这里是形容词哦，表示是无法永生的，总有一天会死的。
Yeah. So, is this young man about to gain great knowledge? Or is his life energy about to become food for the kumiho?
So we are left with this question again. Right?
Again, another question. The same question, basically.
这凡间的年轻男人呢，是会得到知识，还是精力会被狐狸精夺去呢？不知道。
Yeah, we don't know. So the article says she tempts him with her beauty, but she frightens him with her power.
Tempt 这个动词呢是诱惑。会引诱，所以用她的美貌引诱他，但同时呢，她有强大的力量，所以让这个男人害怕。那到底结果会是什么
？So yeah, I mean, you can be afraid of something and want something at the same time.
Yeah,
especially if it's beautiful.
I think that's a little bit like the 狐狸精 saying in Chinese, right?
What is that?
Like the girl tempts you, but you have to know if you want her or no.
Okay. So if you
really
don't
want
know,
her, maybe you'll have, bad thing happen to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And if you don't,
your
then
wife might kill you.
Well, gosh, don't do that then. Anyway, so the description ends by saying this uncertain moment brings us no answers, but allows us to draw our own conclusions. I bet the painter probably has the answer in his mind.
I think he does.
But he's not going to tell anyone. All right, so the vocabulary word here is conclusion. Draw a conclusion. Now, a conclusion is a noun for an ending or a result. Drawing a conclusion means deciding what the final result must be after you consider everything else in a situation. If you can draw many different conclusions, that must mean this painting has things about it that you can interpret or think about in different ways. Now, an example sentence for this might be, after getting a description of everything happening with her patient, the doctor came to the conclusion that he wasn't actually sick, but simply exhausted.
Okay, so we can say come to the conclusion.
Yes.
Or draw a conclusion.
Right.
也就是得出结论。所以 conclusion 这个字就是结论啦。它的动词形式是 conclude.
And that's where we're concluding today. In that way, we, not the Kumiho, are responsible for the fate of this young man. Well, that's a lot of responsibility to put on people.
Right.
When we talk about being responsible for something, that means you are the person who affects something or is the reason for something happening. If we are responsible for the young man, that means we are deciding what happens to him. We carry that responsibility. Responsible would be an adjective. Responsibility would be the noun by adding ability to responsible.
Be responsible for something 代表某人需要对某事负责，或是某人应该承担某件事情的责任。记得for 是个介系词，所以你后面放的是名词或是动名词。So, for example, I'm responsible for the company's losses. 代表我对公司的损失有责任。或者是呢，有一个学生可能会说 I'm responsible for this. 我是对这件事情有责任的。So, teacher, you can punish me.
Oh no.
老师，你可以惩罚我，没有问题的。那就代表你对这件事情是有一个 responsibility 责任名词存在。Okay, here we are the ones that are responsible for the fate of this young man.
Yeah.
Fate 就是什么意思呢？Can't tell us.
Well, all right. So the responsible party, that's another person, that's another way you can say who's responsible, is responsible for his fate. Now, fate is a noun that is talking about how things develop and how life goes on outside of our control.
I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you believe in fate?
Sometimes and sometimes not. It depends.
Like me.
Yeah. Anyway, but your fate is what is going to happen whether you like it or not. So some people do believe we are fated, that would be the verb fated, to have certain things happen to us, while others think we have total free will and we can decide everything we do in our lives and all the consequences that will come from it. And some people think it's in between. I think that's where we're standing. Yeah. We often talk about fate when it seems like we're going in a certain direction and we don't really know what's about to happen or what did happen to somebody else. And often fate involves death. So fate, death is the ultimate fate. So that's why we talk about fate in terms of like, did somebody die? We don't know. So the fate of the woman, this is the example sentence, the fate of the woman in this historical story is uncertain. We don't know whether she lived a long life or whether she died young.
所以她的命运究竟是什么呢？这边的 fate 代表就是命运啦，而且指的是比较负面的厄运。So, what's your interpretation for this painting, for this picture?
Well, I mean, I don't know enough about Hu Lijing or Gumiho to know what kind of monsters or not monsters they are, but if I was that young man, I'd be careful.
Okay, so
how about you?
For me, because in Chinese, Hu Lijing means mistress, so I'll say she takes the energy from the man.
Oh my gosh. So actually he's
because
pretty
they're
much
always bad.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's my interpretation.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe he could be about to become like extremely powerful and maybe he could be about to die. Yeah, so you guys can interpret this in your own way, and it's a really interesting thing to read up about. So there's several stories about this sort of thing. But right now, we're going to go to our For You chat and talk a little bit about other kinds of stories.
For You chat.
Okay, our For You chat for today It's a pretty cool one. The question is, what kind of stories are often seen in art? Why do you think artists choose to show these?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of paintings are about religions.
Yeah, especially older ones.
Yeah, they painted a lot about Jesus.
Yeah, and different stories in the Bible.
Or Three Wise Men, or what's the name of that famous painting called? The 12 what? Or the
12 Days of
Dinner.
Christmas? Oh, the Last Supper.
Last Supper, yeah.
Yep. Where Jesus is at the center of the table.
And there are so many details in the painting.
Yeah. It's very purposeful. Da Vinci was a master painter, so everything in it is worth looking at and understanding.
Also in Mona Lisa's smile.
Yeah, Mona Lisa. I think Mona Lisa is the only one I can think of from that time that's not religious.
Right.
Yeah, because everything else, artists were commissioned by the church. That's how they got paid.
That's why.
So maybe in Chinese, art is a little bit different?
In Chinese, I think a lot are about, in modern art, maybe not that much about religion.
Right. But in ancient art, maybe more about nature or teachers?
I think more about nature. You're
Okay.
Right. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. That's just two kinds of art. There's many, many kinds of art across the world. It's like natural for humans to make art, and there's natural for humans to tell stories through art. So you guys can think about what are some of the most frequent and usual stories in art, and why do you think they painted them? I mean, obviously they painted church stories because they were paid by the church, and maybe because they believed these themselves. But anyway, that's all the time we have, and so for English for You, I'm Kat.
I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Transference. The artist's description. Ivan Choi. Transference 2018. Pen and ink, Prismacolor. Every culture has stories about powerful and mysterious beings. Although we recognize some as either good or evil, we don't always know their intentions. The kumiho is one such creature, a shape-changing fox spirit with great power to both give and take away. My grandmother, raised in Busan, South Korea, used to tell me stories of the kumiho's magic fox marble. The kumiho kept this in her mouth at all times, and within the glass ball was the power to unlock all knowledge of heaven and earth. If she gave this to a mortal, that person would gain the wisdom inside it. But if the kumiho managed to recapture the marble, she would drain energy from the mortal and make them very ill. The kumiho and the mortal man are paused in the scene at a point of transference. Is this young man about to gain great knowledge? Or is his life energy about to become food for the kumiho? She tempts him with her beauty, but she frightens him with her power. This uncertain moment brings us no answers, but allows us to draw our own conclusions. In that way, we, not the kumiho, are responsible for the fate of this young man.
Vocabulary Review.
Mysterious. No one has ever been able to explain the mysterious lights in the sky that appeared last fall. Intention. Beth hated the expensive gift that Harry bought her, but she knew that his intention was good. Wisdom. Gary's knowledge and his wisdom from years of experience were valuable to our new employees. Drain. Working long hours every day for 3 weeks has really drained me. Conclusion. We examined the reasons for the project's failure, and our conclusion was that it was badly planned. Fate. No one has seen the young boy for weeks, and many people are concerned about his fate.
智慧小补帖
Unlock, mortal, recapture, transference, tempt.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net